Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a look at WoW Classic Reddit for Season of Discovery. Starting with, does anyone have a job here? The amount of people complaining about the lack of content and lack of group for BFD 10, man, geez guys, chill out. The game was released Thursday evening. It's not even been a week. The amount of hours it takes to get to 25, and some of you guys done it by Saturday. Go and spend some time with family or friends. Go outside and go for a walk. It's not healthy to site and have no life in game like that. Honestly, I did my raid on day 5 or 6. I played it out fairly. I didn't sweat it out. I played like 5 hours daily and worked on the YouTube stuff after. So I liked the pacing I had. I genuinely enjoyed. You may not see it, but you'll look back and realize how affecting your life. Edit. Genuinely thought this post would have got a lot of flack, but it seems like people are in the same boat with life. Wow. I understand some people accentuating circumstances and dictate that they can't leave the house or work. But my point is just try and take it slow if you're going for a rush to end game. Honestly speaking, how do I word it the best? God, it's a lot to talk about. I know what he's going at, and I usually hate when people make guides and whatnot before the game even comes out or debunks everything, but we live in a world where gaming has changed and you cannot get away from those. Like, if you don't do it, someone else will do it, so now we all have to do it, especially if you make content as a creator. I wasn't going to do a guide, but everyone and their mom was making a rep paladin guide. I was like, dude, I made one. Why am I not doing one? So I did one too. I remember talking about it before though, saying, how are these guys making guides when the game's not even out yet, right? And I don't want to backseat or gatekeep anymore. If people want to rush it and play, let them rush and play. For people that want to take it slow, take it slow. Like, you shouldn't be getting mad at people for playing however they want, right? At the end of the day, let them enjoy. If they finish fast, they're probably going to play other games or make an op. Alright, next one. There are bots flooding everywhere in the zone now. Chain farming fast respawns across all server ban to buyers. These bots will play all day, causing more queues, making time you are in game even harder to play as everything is getting instantly tagged. Is it that bad? I haven't come across this problem yet. It is the same across all realm, but SOD being new and everything restricted to fewer zones, it is a serious problem. When the boss can sell 500 gold for $550 right now in SOD, they aren't going to stop, which also blows my mind that people are willing to, number one, risk their account, and number two, pay the insane amount of money for gold. Number one, risk their account. That's the problem. It's almost completely risk-free to buy gold. Really? I thought they get caught instantly. My buddy bought gold the other day for Wrath. I ripped him for it. They ended up suspending his account for 10 days. I was surprised and I hope he learned his lesson. Yeah, I think they do ban the people. Or maybe some do get away with it. Did they remove gold? That happened in the Guilty TBC. He was pissed. 3-day suspension. Remove all his gold. More than he bought. LOL. Did you Guilty double down or learned his lesson? Who at 2004 Blizzard did this? That is exactly what I'm saying. I hate Classic WoW Flight Pass. I remember asking, maybe 4 years ago, saying they should change the flight path, like hotfix it so we can fly instantly to our location. And all the Classic Andes were getting mad, saying, no, this is how it stays. Hashtag no changes. It's so silly, man. It's just a waste of time. It's not even skill at that point. Your approach of ban waves versus bot is not working. You're losing the battle. Something else needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. If Blizzard did more significant against WoW, damn, is it that bad? How come I haven't seen? I don't think I've seen a lot of bots running around. Maybe when I level my alt, I'll probably see it. But it didn't seem that bad for me as I was playing. Found this gem in Ashenvale PvP post. Event is really bad. This is 5 days ago. They changed this, so I think this is irrelevant. The Ashenvale PvP event sucks. A lot of people are not happy about these. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but with the recent change, It feels a little better, right? Feels a little bit better. 4 strength, 4 stamp leather belt. I'm so committed to gatekeeping, I removed myself from my own BFD raid. Oh boy, this is just what happened to me, and I'm not still quite sure how to feel. But I knew I just had to share with my fellow epic gamers on Reddit. So, I reached level 25 a day ago, and after some dungeon grinding to gear up, I decided to put together a raid for BFD. I'll be honest, I admit it took longer than I thought it would. But after an hour, I had full raid ready to go. Now the customary for me that after I got the raid together, I find a war-skilled member of the group and remove them while politely letting them know that they are a failure in my eyes. Society and gold, you might find it strange, but what you have to understand about me is I love gatekeeping. I eat, sleep, breathe, gatekeeping. On the weekends, I drive around and look for gated communities, businesses, and even military bases, and marvel at the gatekeeper's booth, imagining myself in the booth and the godlike power it comes with. Salivating the prospect of being able to tell someone, no, you're not allowed here. Holy, this guy's on the next level of gatekeeping. With that in mind, I began combing through our raid members, searching for the loser who was about to relieve some middle school trauma, only to realize that loser was me. I was the worst geared member of the raid. Oh shit. My mind began to race. Do I kick the next worst gear member? Do I just forget the whole thing and get on with the raid? No. I knew what I had to do. I let the raid know how lame my gear was, and with a click, removed myself from the group. Suddenly, I was experiencing a whirlwind of emotion. Holy! On the one hand, I felt like I had given myself a chance. I could have shown myself that despite my gear, I could contribute member of the raid, an asset to the group even. On the other hand, it felt so good to remove my loser self from the group and tell myself, you can't play with this. Or them. You can't play with them. I still don't know how to feel about the whole thing, but one thing's for sure, it truly has become Season of Discovery. Wow, you know what? I kind of respect that he removed himself because he is the #1 gatekeeper and he respected it hard. We already know the shittiest person forms the raid since no one would invite them. Honestly, chat, this was me and Mr. Pandaria. I used to talk about it all the time. Nobody wanted to Red Paladin and RPG because they sucked. So I would make my own group. And I got to Grand Marshal, which was 2400 at that time, because no one would want us. So the shittiest class made the raid and led them to victory, and we got the rank we wanted. Relatable. I personally prefer the Wild West Untested patch and content release that Blizzard is currently providing. Untested mostly. I don't know if you're noticing this, but keeping everyone on their toes. The game feels fun to explore from a mechanic and the depth sense. And sure, having buggy skill isn't great, but whole turnaround right now it's exciting. Every day something is about to change and it feels good to me. It feels like an indie team trying to fix their game rather than 6 months of bug being stuck in Blizzard paperwork to get it fixed. This is true. I think in Legion, we had a lot of bugs that went around for 6 months, like the MC bug and whatnot. Nowadays, they're on it fast. SOD team has been doing very good. Explanations on Hunter nerf, some being reverted. We have 3 hotfixes that went out. #1, fix Scorpion Poison, not consuming kill command proc. Remove all AP spell power, scaling from abilities like Scorpion Poison. Fix the issue, aspect of the lion was being applied, non-physical array member. Number 2 and 3 we reverted now. Scorpion Poison is still likely scaling too well, which is most outrageous in PvP. But number 2 actually impacted more than just Scorpion Poison, which wasn't super intended. Number 3 is just a bad fix. We're reverting the fix properly. Apologies for the confusion today. It was all handled poorly. And we're like, yeah, I like this. I like how they're communicating with us and giving us feedbacks and whatnot. There's a DM/Van Cleef debate. And then there's this. Need DPS for STWDJ. What is STWDJ? Stolen Dojon. Donjon? Oh, Dungeon? Dojon? Oh, my Stormwind Dungeon! Need DPS for STWDJ. Stolen Dojon. What? Dungeon. Oh my fucking god, man. The reason that people have high expectation for admittance into BFD Pug is because a lot of players are terrible at this game. I know this might be tough to believe because how easy Classic is, but if you lead/groups since 2019, you've seen what I'm talking about. A ton of crap players, absolutely atrocious at this game. And they don't care to learn or is incapable of it. They don't understand basic mechanic interactions and they don't care to listen. The people spending their time to organize and lead groups don't want to also spend time teaching someone their basic class in the middle of the raid or watching someone commits the same mistake 5 times in a row. Again, I know this sounds hard to believe, but it's true. I think it's partially true. There are Classic players that think they are way better than how they play. I mean, that's Arena too. When I used to coach Arena, they're like, oh, that's the healer's fault. Oh, yeah, that's this guy's fault. But when I watched their VOD, I'm like, okay, send me a replay so I can watch it. Like, they're LOSing their healer, they're just tunneling, they're not popping their defensive cooldown and whatnot. Most of them are not good as they think they are. That being said, I don't like how gatekeeping people are with BFD. It's literally, what, the 3rd week of raid? I mean, Season Discovery has been out how many days, chat? Like 7 days now? 6 days, somewhere around there, right? Because when I uploaded my first BFD dungeon, there was a bunch of people saying, oh man, that's not how you put the tank. He's got to move backwards while he does this and that. It's like, dude, it's the first time I'm raiding with my guild members and these guys are backseating already. It's like, give us a break. We didn't watch anything. We just went in and had fun, right? And Yasuo was trying to lead it. It's weird. Leveling to 60 in SOD is going to be absolute shit show on PvP server. Think about it. Unlike the other server launches where players base naturally spread over the time across the wide level band as people level up in different speed, SOD is going to have everyone artificially capped at 50. An entire server population will concentrate it at 50 to 60 band. I mean, I don't think that's a problem, is it? Does it need this many upvote? Is this people like that want to be level 60 and gank level 25s all day or something? I think it's a little more fair where people move together, no? And they don't feel behind. And I actually love that because my brother who has a job and a kid, he can't play a lot and he doesn't feel behind because there's a cap, right? He could catch up. Even my friends, they all like it because they don't feel behind. Because usually when hardcore comes out and they're like, oh man, I want to play. And the people that play all day, they're already like level 30 and they're at like level 7 or 10 and they just feel behind, right? Or feel like they miss out on the events and whatnot. I feel like the cap is nice. I remember we played on the beta before 2019 Classic WoW. If you ask all the streamers, they had a blast. Like Asmin, Gold, McConnell, Payo. We had like big battles. The levels were capped at 20 and then they increased it to 30. Those are the most fun times we had. And not a lot of people got to experience it. That's why Blizzard is doing this now on live server so that people can experience this too. I'm going to make STV Vietnam look like a daycare and it's going to be glorious. Yeah, like I said, it's just people that want to be max level, that want to gank low levels or something. I understand though, if you're trying to level up and you want to group up for things and whatnot, I'm sure there'll be people leveling though. Because even if you go hardcore now, there are still good amount of like level range leveling. There's still always going to be people leveling alts. And if there's no more alts, it means the game is uninterested. It's like people blaming solo queue that killed Team Q3v3. That wasn't the problem. Team Q3v3 was the problem. And if there's not a lot of people like leveling anymore, it means, you know, SOD's not that hype anymore. It's just the reality, right? The people complaining about being gated at 25 are equally to blame for the state of retail/modern MMO. Oh, that's funny because these two are kind of the same topic, right? Holy, he wrote an essay here. This is an amazing opportunity to experiment with the solution of prevalent issue diving MMO game design developers in genre and demonstrated since birth of WoW itself, the spiritual successor of EverQuest, that they obviously feel need to cater to the more casual player. There's an incredible difference in accessibility and level difficulty of solo experience in EverQuest and 2004 World of Warcraft. There is a very real in mind developer to cater to casual solo players in game whose genre has marketed as being formulated in the social experience in 1999. Holy moly. That is catering has been taken way to its logical extreme in the forms of today. MMO that shape in genre like Retail WoW and FFXIV, both outside of rating, are overwhelmingly just single player games. And that because they have to be the entire player base is sitting stagnant at level cap. You need to give everyone, especially the casual player, a path of the little resistant to get where the actual player base is playing the actual game. Bottlenecking the entire population at 25, 40, and 50, then adding new raid and PvP content is by far the fucking smartest way to correct the path and genre between 2004 and today. It greatly reduces the need of degrade and organically occurring the social dynamic and challenge the world to offer. Instead of dumbing down the level experience in order to capture the market cannot or will not rush through the content to reach endgame. The leveling experience is the content that will always be easier designed to be meaningful and challenging than the substantial portion of the player base population at the level range. Let Blizzard experiment with... Exactly, dude. I think this man's cooking. He's low-key cooking. I think SOD is a great way for Blizzard to experiment and see what the players like and what they don't like. No one should be mad about it. I'm having a blast in Season Discovery, and I could see Blizzard putting efforts in. Big shout outs to the World of Warcraft team for Classic WoW. Let Blizzard experiment with the demanding percentage and the player base rush 60 months. Those are the same people who complain about the state of retail. And while I have my own laundry list of complaints, the modern MMO, the #1 complaint is that genre has been robbed identity to hoping leveling experience. You need to give an entire population time to progress, or else we're right back to where we started. I'm glad that this is popular, because when I said my point about this and this had this many upvote, I was like, damn, I said the opposite of this and I kind of went against this. People might be mad, but then there's a guy right here saying this. And he's right, man. I don't think there's a problem in gatekeeping. I think it makes the content have a longer lifespan too. Even Asmongold, if it was 1 through 60, he would have got 1 through 60 and he would never play the game, right? But if they slowly open up, like he's 25, and then next month they open, he's gonna come back and play again, right? Because everyone wants to, you know, feel that. And when people do come back, they're not gonna feel behind. Because there is a wall to it, right? I think it's a fun way to play the game. I'm having a blast, man. If anything, I should be against it because I'm like streamer, YouTuber, and I play this game all the time, right? And of course, I want to get to 60 first and whatnot, but I'm with the guys here. I want them to have the fun and experience everything and not miss out. I'm with this. Because every other expansion, I get to 60 or get to max level in retail, do arena, mythic. I want to get fully geared and get rank 1 right away. But I like this so that people go in the same pace. It's fun for me, at least. I don't give a damn about your SOD complaints. Complaining how SOD should be, enjoying SOD for what it is. I'm loving SOD, man. People need to stop taking something seriously. It was designed for Dart, underwall, developed, minimal testing, so seriously have fun with the mess. If people are willing to accept SOD, basically a PTR, they also need to accept a lot of stuff like this to be fixed, the mess. I think they're fixing it pretty fast, no? Compared to other expansions, I think they're doing a better job. A friend of mine got scammed. He sent a ticket about it. Blizzard's response. Hi, Cal says. I am Game Master Dwayne Johnson, and I'll be doing my very best to assist you with the trade scam today. I'm sorry I couldn't speak with you directly, but I really do appreciate your patience and hope this will help. I do apologize for the delay in responding. Things have been a little busy here, but I try to get to you as quickly as I could. What is he? He's just apologizing. I'm sorry to hear that you're scammed. Thankfully, I was able to investigate the incident for you and have good news. I have sent back the material now, and you should find it in your character's mailbox. This behavior is indeed against the term of use. Thank you so much for the time. A friend of mine got scammed. He sent a ticket about it. This is Blizzard. This is a good thing, no? Yeah, a ton of shitheads from the game don't realize how serious WoW support in terms scamming. They'll learn fast. Am I missing something? This is a positive though, right? Eve is a cutthroat. The scammer likely advertised that they could craft something insta-logged once they had the mat. Okay, I mean this is a positive thing, right? Unless I read it wrong. Okay, I'll read up to this. We're almost done. There is hope. In a sea of people looking for full biz AOTC 10 out of 4 mythic clear sweatlord for dead mines, I decided to start my own group. Dude, this is a troll. Nobody really looks for this. I don't think I ran in, or maybe not. Maybe I had it good, but there's no way people are looking for biz ahead of the curve mythic clear for dead mines. There's just no way, man. There's just no way. I typed a simple, looking for more, no reserve, all welcome, let's have fun. Filled up the group instantly. I even allowed another leather wearer and a level 18 to join. Gasp, I know. Cape but the brotherhood dropped. I even lost the role. But get this, I had fun playing the game. Crazy, I know. I think I'll enjoy running again tomorrow. That is all. I mean, if it has this many upvote, maybe these guys did experience this. Or they got hurt because they didn't get invited to a group. Yeah, I feel like they're joking when they post that on LFG and whatnot. It happens for sure. I remember in 2019, I solo leveled and I did a single dungeon because all my friends wanted to get to 60 fast. And I think Zico had like a little mage group. And they would whip 5 mages and just spam SM to get to 60. And then they go to ZF and then they spam AoE ZF. That I could relate to. I can't relate to people saying you need these type of achievements to do a dungeon. It was more of like, oh, you're not this class, we don't want you. We want AoE farm so we could clear like in 10 minutes max. That was like what I went through. Looking for more BFD, no experience, no biz, no build. No bullshit. Made a group for BFD this evening to try out the new raid. Besides getting a ton of whisper cheering me on my LFG text, I managed to get 10 out of 10 pretty quick. We went 5 and 7 boss down in 3 hours. Quite satisfied considering we had no healing pots, no bizgy, and no experience. It was fun, and I just what I imagined in my first SOD raid experience like. To all the people thinking they need pre-raid biz, full flask, no gear with some pug, have fun, enjoy the content. Exactly, man. There it is. I like how the things I say are like back to back. Fun fact, Pet Scorpion are doing more damage than the majority of the class. Okay, this is 6 days ago. I think they shouldn't be pumping too hard, but I'm down to look at these. Yep. That's how it was, yep. A lot of poison damage. A lot of poison damage. Anyways, that was the first week of World of Warcraft Classic Reddit chat. We'll check it out again next week probably. Interesting.